it wouldn't be Shank Club NFL on a Saturday if I was late, right? Wasn't internet, wasn't the garage flooding, it wasn't, I couldn't get the microphone to work or the camera to work or anything. I was at a family lunch that overran, unfortunately. First time we'd been together for 2 years, I want to say. So my apologies. I just did 100 miles an hour along the A27 and got here, luckily. Bit late, but better late than never. I'm here. That's the main thing. Welcome along. Let's get some people on. Let's talk some NFL. Mr. Mad Hatter himself, apparently he was in an escape room and he managed to get out, or he managed to get his gear into the escape room. Carl, thanks for your patience, my good man. How are you?
I'm good, mate. For you to do 100 mile an hour on the A27 is fucking spectacular. That road is basically full of traffic lights and speed humps, the roads the eye can see. I'm just amazed you were able to pull it off. But
to be honest,
anyway,
between Brighton and Lewis, there isn't. So
it's a shit fest trying to drive through there.
That's why I was lucky.
As a former van driver, yeah, I've driven down there and it's a nightmare. It's a total nightmare.
It certainly is. But good to have you along. Let's get in.
Hello, Scott. How are we?
What's up, fellas?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. It looks like Nick's... Oh, great. Now Nick's having issues with...
I was about to say, I was wondering if that was my internet or his internet.
No, it's definitely...
I thought you guys did kilometers. I thought you did kilometers an hour over there. What's this 100 miles an hour shit?
100 miles and 160 kilometers. two different spectrums anyway. Is that a throwback jersey that you're wearing there?
This is just an old windbreaker.
Ah, okay.
This is sideline gear from probably, I don't know, 2001 or something. I got a ton of this old stuff, so. What?
Am I back?
You're back, but you're somewhere down there now. oh, that's it. I'll do.
You can lead. Scott, how are you?
I'm doing good, Nick. Hey, we were just talking. I thought you used the metric system over there. What's this, miles per hour? Don't you do kilometers over there? You should have been saying.
No, we're not Europe. We're England. There's a difference.
Gotcha.
We drive on the correct side of the road, and we use miles per hour.
Good job. That good men over there then.
Newsflash, we're also out of Europe, so you know.
Yeah, Europe is in the rear view mirror. Have you had a good week, Mr. Smug? Because obviously you should be Mr. Unsmug. But we're going to get into your Kansas City chokehold specialists that aren't chokeholding. We will be getting into that very soon. But I'm surprised. To be honest, I have seen a lot. Well, you've only got to look at 49ers Twitter to see negativity, and that's just beyond ridiculous. But we'll get into the KC. We're going to get into the Niners and all the other games in between. So let's bring on one of our final guests. I know Ryan is trying to get in, but his internet is worse than mine, and that's saying something. Ivan, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for having me back.
Well, I saw last week, or was it the week before, you were spoiling the view of wherever you were in was it Italy or France, wherever it was?
Southern France. Yeah, it's a little place in the middle of nowhere, Fayence. Yeah, it's lovely. We've been there a few times. So
as I always say, when you have pictures, as I always say, Ivan, when you have pictures of your wife, you should be behind the camera so everyone can admire the view, not have you spoil it.
Yeah, I've never disagreed with you, to be fair.
Once you come out the main cities of France, the country is beautiful. It is spectacular.
Yeah.
I can't
They
question
do drive on the wrong side of the road, though, just to clarify that one.
that.
Yeah, they do. They do. But that's the French for you.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't get stuck over there, or the ferry or whatever it is you went on didn't get impounded by the
We
French
flew to
fishing
Nice
because they're pissed off.
and then drove up. It's about an hour north of Nice. Yeah, so that's what we did.
Nice. So we got some interesting things to talk about, obviously, with the Week 8 games coming up. Any news you want to touch on, Carl?
Well, let's just say, for example, last night while scrolling through Twitter, you was in the middle of
it except me.
No, just you.
It's Sussex. I don't know what goes on in Sussex. The internet's just dreadful. At least they produce decent beer.
Dear. Okay, so one of the main points we're going to bring up is the Deshaun Watson saga. It's basically gaining a lot of steam now, and what we heard from Tua Tagovailoa is that he doesn't feel like he's wanted at Miami anymore. So that now opens up the door wide open for Deshaun Watson to make a return. Roger Goodell hasn't put him on the commissioner's exempt list because apparently they don't have enough evidence to do that. Exactly. And Tua Tagovailoa, for me, basically, he's being thrown under the bus. He hasn't really done anything wrong to warrant being unwanted in Miami.
It's probably down to coaching with him. It's like all these quarterbacks. A lot of them just need the right coaching. And if they don't get it, or they don't get the sort of scheme that suits them, then they can appear worse than they are.
Well, this is what I mean. Brian Flores came in last. Has now been there a couple of years now. Last year, he got them to one game away from the playoffs. You would have expected him to actually have adjusted and adapted to that, because Tua's had his rookie season. Now you build off him ready for the second year. It just doesn't look like that's happened. And the offensive line isn't very good. And the defense, which should be top 5 in the NFL from last year, is actually bottom 5 in the NFL. Can't stop the run and they can't stop the pass. They can't do anything. The Dolphins are making me laugh right now. So it's just, what do you say on this, Scott?
The Dolphins are, I don't know what's going on. There's the coaching staff is saying all the right stuff about being behind Tua, and he's our quarterback, and we're happy with Tua. But there's something going on in the background with maybe the front office and the owner wanting to get Deshaun Watson. Look, if you can go from Tua to Deshaun, that's a major upgrade. Now, I'm not trying to say that Tua's, that doesn't mean he's a bad quarterback, right? But Deshaun Watson is arguably one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the NFL. So I understand that the team wants an upgrade. He's available. Houston, especially right now, because they've kind of got Houston over a barrel, other teams do, on what you could get Deshaun Watson for. Because really, I mean, any other time he wouldn't even be available for trade. So teams know what's going on. Teams know that he's not happy there. Teams know about all this other stuff going on in the background and the off the field stuff. And they know that Houston is kind of backed into a corner. So teams are looking at saying, hey, we could go get one of the best quarterbacks in the league at under market value. It's more of a known commodity. How many quarterbacks are drafted every year and you don't know how they're going to play in the NFL? You eliminate that risk factor with the guy with Deshaun Watson because you've seen him play in the NFL. So yeah, that's as far as what's happened with the Dolphins, I don't really know. I haven't watched one Dolphins game this year. I can't really speak to their play. But what I will say is defense in the NFL is very fluid. It changes year to year. You look at teams like Washington football team, even the Rams and the Dolphins, top 5, top 10 defenses. You lose a player or two or a guy gets a step slower to key position, And now you're middle of the pack, or maybe you're even bottom third defense. You see this every year with teams go from top 10 to middle of the pack or worse on defense. It's really, really hard to keep a defense at the top performing at that level year in and year out. So if I'm Tua, I know I'm not happy. I mean, he's human. He watches. I mean, think about your job. If your job was covered by the media and on the news, and Adam Schefter was saying that, you know, that Ivan's company was looking to make a trade to replace Ivan in his position, it would bother you. It would get to you. That's human nature. But at the same time, you'd like to think he's a professional and it's not affecting his play. He's still going to go out there and play and try to show that he's the quarterback for the Dolphins. But yeah, it's a weird situation. It's not good. Dolphins are looking to make an upgrade, and you know, Tua probably doesn't want to hear that.
Yeah.
This is so much of being the upgrade, though. I think that undermining him. I mean, it's not exactly like Tua has stunk up the joint at all. He's actually been a very, very serviceable quarterback. He's in the 13 games he has played so far in the NFL. He has over a 92 passer rating.
Yeah.
The average passer rating for a quarter to be average in the NFL of a passer rating is in the high 80s.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's doing anything wrong.
Personally, I don't think Deshaun Watson should be allowed to play in the NFL, but he shouldn't be able to go to the Dolphins in the first place. Then I'd say the same with people like Ben Roethlisberger as well. He shouldn't be playing either. You know, the NFL need to make statements, and you know, people that can get deals done out of court or whatever doesn't mean that they're not guilty of what they're accused of. And the NFL do this all the time. You know, so Tua should be playing for the Dolphins in any case.
Yeah, he shouldn't be. I mean, Tua's stats I've got here right now, right? He's completed over the amount of games he's played. He's had over 65% completion of his passes, 2,649 yards, 18 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. A passer rating of 89.4. You need to give me a reason why Tua Tagovailoa deserves to be booted out of the Dolphins in place of a guy who, yes, okay, he's a transcendent talent, don't get me wrong, but there's a big cloud over it hovering over these 22 allegations.
Yeah,
and here's the kicker that the Dolphins I seem to be forgetting right now. If they do end up getting Deshaun Watson, and then these cases come out that he did do those things, and all those picks that Miami gave to Houston for, they've lost them. They don't have their first round pick next year. So you lose your next 3, just set yourself back 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Ivan, you were talking about Ben Roethlisberger and Deshaun Watson. Kareem Hunt obviously got kicked off the Chiefs. Do you think he should be playing?
Yeah, I mean, I knew you'd bring that one up. Kareem Hunt didn't sexually abuse, rape, whatever a woman. You know, there's a huge difference between the, you know, what they've done. Kareem Hunt actually, right. I'm not saying this is acceptable either, but Kareem Hunt retaliated against being attacked. Again, he didn't go out and attack the woman. He retaliated after being attacked by her. Mm. So, you know, there's a huge difference between what they're accused of doing. You know, and with Ben and Deshaun Watson, I mean, you got 22 women. Okay, I'm not judge. But what I will say is the NFL have consistently will not do anything or move against people that there's a clear evidence against, you know, them in terms of some very serious crimes, and they need to be making a stand at some point. And those are just 2 quarterbacks that I'm aware of that have been playing and making millions and are role models to people who should not be seeing them as role models. And it's as simple as that.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Obviously, the trade deadline is this Tuesday. Yes or no answer. Is Deshaun going to Miami? Scott?
I don't think so. I don't think there's enough time. And they said that, that they want to know what's going to go on with the court stuff and the legal issues. So the Dolphins people have said that's not going to be resolved by then. No, I don't think it happens.
Ivan?
I would say no for the same reason Scott has given, but at the same time, it would not surprise me if he was traded to someone, whether it's the Dolphins or someone else. It would not surprise me if that happened.
Ryan, what's your take on the Deshaun Watson situation that's going on with Miami? Ryan, you there?
I think he's muted or he's froze up.
I think he has. Yeah.
No, it's the service today.
Yeah. The service station is just absolute diarrhea right now. So we're sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all need to get on this country 4G LTE apparently and ditch that Wi-Fi. I don't know.
It sounds better from where you are than what we are, but anyway. All right, okay. Right, Scott, let's talk about your Chiefs because, well, I wouldn't say this is panic stations mode, but I'm going to say it's panic stations mode if you lose to the Derp this Monday night. I don't expect you to, but this defense is absolutely horrid. We always say that the offense could always mask up the defense's issues. The offense could do nothing against Tennessee. Absolutely nothing. What are your concerns as it currently stands? I mean, a lot of people I've seen bash Patrick Mahomes for what he's done and all that. Yeah, he's thrown interception and he has turned the ball over on numerous times. But the defense can't stop a tumbleweed currently.
Right. Patrick, well, first of all, talking about Patrick Mahomes, he has 9 interceptions. Only 4 of those I'm going to count is really his fault. He has 4 interceptions where he hit the receiver in the hands with the ball wide open, and they dropped it, and it bounced up in the air and got intercepted. That's not Patrick's fault. So now you're down to 5 interceptions. He had 1 interception where he was trying to throw it to Kelsey against the Eagles and gets smacked right in the face with a forearm of a defender as he's throwing the ball. That should have been negated by a penalty. So now you're down to 4 interceptions. And then there's even another one where Kelsey in the Chargers game cut inside before he cut out to the sideline. Patrick wasn't expecting him to do that. It wasn't a terrible pass. It wasn't a bad decision. He has 3 interceptions that are bad decisions. And really no turnovers, no interceptions where he was fooled by the defense and they did something and he threw a bad pass into a bad coverage and the route got undercut, anything like that. Patrick Mahomes is fine. If the Chiefs didn't have Patrick Mahomes, they'd be 0-7 right now. They wouldn't have 1 win with that defense.
Ooh, you're saying you wouldn't have beaten Washington?
No, because you watched the Chiefs were losing that game in the first half against Washington.
You played, in that game, you played a good 20 minutes.
Right, and Patrick Mahomes came back in the last 20 minutes of the game and caught fire and was making plays. This team, okay, maybe even then, maybe they're 1-6, not 0-7, but it doesn't matter. The guy has carried the team on his back. He's getting a lot of flack, and you can see it in the offense. Going into the Tennessee game, they were first in first downs gained. They were first in points per drive. The offense was actually one of the best, if not the best offenses Patrick Mahomes has led since he got here. The defense is absolutely – there's not even an adjective bad enough to describe how awful this defense has been this year. They are 31st or 32nd in every major category you can use to rank a defense. They are pitiful. They're not good at anything. People were trying to say, are they worse than the 2018 defense that the Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes carried to the AFC Championship game and lost to your Patriots, Carl?
No, because you still had a certain linebacker called Justin Houston still in that fold.
That team led the league. That team led the league in sacks. That defense did that year. They could do that well. This team can't do anything well on defense. And you've seen it the last several weeks. The defensive play is infecting the offense. They're pressing. You could see it in the Tennessee game. Tennessee gets the ball to start the game. They go down. They score a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes gets the ball. I can't remember if they got a first down or not, but if they did, they got one first down. They had to punt the ball away. Tennessee gets the ball, marches right down the field. Now it's 14-0. This offense knows if they don't score at least 3 or even really a touchdown on every drive or 9 out of 10 drives, they're going to be staring a huge deficit in the face because this defense cannot get anybody off the field.
And Scott, that's fueling the interceptions, because what it's making Mahomes do is force him to throw the ball into more, precarious scenarios. Whereas, if the defense was holding its own, he wouldn't have to risk so much.
Yeah, if he could just come out and play free and easy and know, well, if we have to punt here, that's okay. If we get held to 3 here, that's all right. I know my defense is going to get the ball right back to me. They're not.
Yeah.
This defense, I put it on my Kingdom Cast podcast that me and my buddies started this year. In the graphic, I think it was from Stat News or somebody on Twitter. They're 31st or 32nd in every major category. You can yards per play given up, total yards given up, passing yards given up, rushing yards given up, points given up, total per game, points per drive given up. They're one of the worst defenses of all time. There was some stats and some things going around that this defense, points per game given up as of a week or two ago, was the worst since like the 1943 Lions or something. It's a disaster, an absolute disaster.
The Chiefs are totally, as you say, they're one of the franchises which is totally reliant upon their quarterback. I mean, quarterbacks are always important in modern NFL, but the Chiefs and the Ravens, for instance, are 2 ones I can think of immediately. Possibly,
I'll give you one more. Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, so I said Seahawks as well. They are totally and utterly dependent upon their quarterback. Otherwise, and they cannot. No quarterback can go 16, 17 games. Where they carry the team. There are times when they're going to lose.
Ask Matthew.
It's that this time for the Chiefs, they're in a bad spell because they haven't invested in the defense.
Right.
Ask Matthew Stafford how that's happened in Detroit, because he's been carrying that franchise on his back since the day he entered into the Lions.
Ask Aaron Rodgers about defenses. His defenses have given up an average of over 30 points in playoff appearances in his career. That guy should have been to 3 or 4 or 5 Super Bowls and won 2 or 3 or 4 by now. So Mahomes has made up for mistakes and been able to carry the team, and the defense has just eroded to the point and been neglected to the point where he can no longer do it. And like I said, they're 3-4 right now, and really they should probably have 1 or 0 wins if it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes.
But now you've got players like Tyrann Mathieu saying the fans are toxic, and it's all beginning to turn sour quickly.
Yeah, that whole thing there, him and Anthony Hitchens going on social media, when you're one of the worst defenses in the history of the NFL, to go on there, this team was talking about 20-0. They were talking about a dynasty. They were talking about passing the Patriots and getting 7 rings. And now it's, you fans should be happy with what we've done the last few years. To me, that shows that the leaders on this defense, they're complacent. They're satisfied with what they've accomplished. And now they expect the fan base to be satisfied and complacent. That's ridiculous on their part. Those guys, I understand there are people that get on social media and say awful things and get out of line. But first of all, that's just Twitter. That comes with the territory of being on social media and being on Twitter. And second of all, I have a news flash for everybody. Twitter isn't the real world. Just because a few shitheads send you mean tweets on Twitter doesn't mean that the Chiefs fan base is toxic and doesn't support the team. I'm going to tell you right now, as someone who's followed this team since 1988, we suffered through decades of disappointments and failures and heartbreak. And for these guys to come out here now and try to say that the fan base is toxic because we're frustrated that the team hasn't lived up to they haven't met the bar that they've set themselves, and they haven't lived up to the expectations that they themselves have set, that's ridiculous, and that's a bad look on their part.
Yeah. Do they not understand the meaning of the Super Bowl hangover?
That's true. There is something to that too. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, they're the ones, like I said, they were talking about dynasty and 20-0 and all this, and now they're 3-4 and they're one of the worst defenses, and they're wanting to tell fans, "Oh, you should be happy with what we did the last 2 or 3 years." That's just, come on, man, like grow up a little bit. Hell, I mean, I don't even make a tenth of the money that they make, and I don't give a shit what anybody thinks of me except for my boss and maybe some of my coworkers at my job. So. Yeah, that whole thing is ridiculous. It's a bad look. They should come out and apologize, really, is what they should do.
I'm disappointed. I thought Twitter was real life. I'm disappointed.
No.
I've got to
Twitter is not
reevaluate
reality.
my whole life now, motherfuckers. I thought it was real, man. I thought the hell that I'd been living on Twitter since the season started about Jimmy G and the 49ers, sack Shanahan, sack Jed York. Yeah, because the owner's going to sack himself. I thought all that shit I read was true.
As soon as the team loses a game, sack everyone.
Yeah. So
I just, honestly, I'm just really disappointed. I have to reevaluate my life now that I know Twitter isn't real.
Well, I'm glad I
next you're going to be telling me Santa Claus and the Easter fucking bunny don't exist. Now, if you do that, I'm shutting this shit down.
They don't exist.
I'm glad I could be the one to tell you, Nick. So, yeah, but as far as the Chiefs goes, look, the defense, it's almost hard to believe they could continue to be as bad as they've been. And if they could just get marginally better, the Chiefs are 3-4. They're only 2 games behind the top teams in the AFC. All the AFC teams, everybody talks about the Ravens and the Bills and the Chargers. They've all got bad losses where they got shellacked and looked bad. So the season is not over. We still have Patrick Mahomes. The offense had a clunker against Tennessee, but outside of that, they've been the best offense by a fairly wide margin in the league this year. It's not time to hit the panic button and blow up the team and cancel the season and give up all hope. But there's definitely legitimate concern, and they have definitely not lived up to expectations or played as well as most people, even people I would say outside the fan base, expected them to play this year.
I think you're lucky, and I'm no disrespect to the AFC, but you're lucky you're in the AFC because it would be a whole different picture if you were in the NFC with your team. If you see what I mean, with regarding to wins and losses, and it would be your season is almost over, if you get what I mean. But the AFC historically, apart from the odd few teams like yours, Browns are coming up, the Ravens. Historically, that whole conference division has been garbage. So it would be interesting if the Chiefs were in the NFC, just how bad the picture would look. Now, I watched a few of the games, and I honestly don't think Mahomes is going to be able to do it all on his own. And that defense is putrid.
Yeah.
And he can only do so much, right? I mean, we saw in that Super Bowl when you got waxed how hard Mahomes was trying, but he can't do it on his own. And this defense, they need to sort their shit out and get right again. Because
they
otherwise,
need to quit watching
you can
Twitter
see
and
it
crying
going
about
in
what
the
people
toilet.
are saying to him and watch some film and get in the weight room or whatever they need to do to get better. But, yeah, we were talking about that, Nick. I mean, the defense is 31st or 32nd in every major defense, like every statistical category there is to measure a defense. It's putrid's not even bad enough of a word.
But the thing is, it's never been that great, has it? I mean, even when they're playing well, they're not a great defense. You've got one or two good individual players.
Right.
The thing is,
they're not great. Never have been.
No, yeah, definitely not.
The thing is, the Chiefs defense only needs to be average when you've got a high potent offense like that.
Right. Yeah, like I said, if they could marginally get better, just get to 22nd or 23rd overall by the end of the year, they'll be looking a lot different.
Definitely. And I've seen Ryan has been sitting there patiently down the bottom while I've been trying to smash my internet, restart my PC for about the 10th time. Ryan, good morning, sir. How are you? And there was me thinking my internet was bad.
Taking some sugar to a caramel.
Is Ryan
Are you with us? No.
If I send him a private chat, I might have to bounce off my new phone.
I would try your new phone because we can't hear already, and your internet's worse than mine at the moment. So I'll take you out and then rejoin on your phone. Try that.
What is going on with everyone? Their fucking internet connection today. What is
Mine's
going
always
on?
yeah, but I have an excuse. Mine has always been awful.
Well, Alfred's in a cave, it looks like, down there. So.
I am Batman and Robin behind me as it's Halloween. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on in Kansas. As you say, all the time you've got that offense, you've got a chance.
All-time bad defense is what's going on here.
But the problem, I mean, the good thing is for you, it's not flipped the other way. A bit like with the Niners, their offense is in the shit.
Yeah.
And we go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 4 and out, 4 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. And our defense gets gassed far too quickly. And at least with your offense, if you get times, I know sometimes Tyreek Hill will catch an 80-yard bomb and 20 seconds and the defense like, oh, fuck me, we got to go back on again. But at least if you're sustaining drives, your defense will get that rest.
Yeah.
Where certainly I can honestly say, obviously from the Niners' point of view, they're not getting that rest. And they start off really well. And then as the game progresses, where whoever the QB is, still going to have the same issues. Defense will still, and our defense is good.
Yeah, they are,
but they're getting gassed too quickly. I mean, Carl, you said like with your team, your defense again isn't the greatest, but they are getting rest because Big Mac Attack is sustaining drives.
He is sustaining drives, and also the pass rush has slowly started to get a lot better. Over the course of the season, Matt Judon has been outstanding for us. Yeah, I'm still susceptible with our secondary. Stephon Gilmore is still going to be in our minds, thinking, "What God, I wish we could have him at this moment in time." But J.C. Jackson done well, and we've got 3 different corners that are playing in the cornerback 2 position. You had Jalen Mills, we got Jawan Williams, and now Miles Bryant last week got pulled out from the practice squad to come up there, and he actually had a very good PFF grade as well. So there are main ways and means to do about it. But what did I say last week? I said what we're going to see when the Pats play the Jets is something different. We're going to start seeing us put points on the board, not field goals, but proper touchdowns. And we absolutely dismantled the Jets, which is everyone's been dismantling the Jets. So I can't really big up too much.
Don't get the open top bus ready, Carl. You beat the Jets.
I did say it again.
Season's going as it did last year, though, isn't it? They're winning the games they should win, and they're losing the games they should lose. So
the Jets beat the Titans a couple weeks ago.
They need to start beating teams that that could be in the playoff potential, and that's when the Patriots are starting to edge back.
Well, we were one drive. We lost by 2 points to the reigning champions. No hard feat there, and then we lost in overtime to the Cowboys. That could easily be 3 and 4 from 3 and 4 to 5 and 2. It could easily. But
a lot of people in the 49ers community are telling you now, Carl, wished they'd have taken Mac Jones. I'm not one of them.
Let's
not.
And
that is ridiculous.
Let's not go down that road. I know Mac Jones is the best rookie QB performing at this minute in time. Trevor Lawrence is a very close second. But you drafted Trey Lance for the future, not for the coming present. Unfortunately, what we saw on Sunday night against the Colts, it even shook me up and think, Trey area time.
I got soaking wet just watching that rain coming down. I had to get a change of clothes at half time. It was that bad. I mean, it was pathetic.
I mean, it seems to me, I haven't watched all the 49ers games, but it seems to me that the major issue is the quarterback, not necessarily the rest of the team.
Nah,
what is their issue?
It's play calling.
Right.
Everyone, me included, are on the Shanahan Express. And I was reading Twitter that's not real, and I've just been told that. And the Easter Bunny and all that's not real either. And I don't know how to cope. His play calling has been dumbed down. And he seems to have gone away from what he was doing before. And you look at this where Trey Lance, the game Trey Lance started. I honestly think he got his game plan wrong. And although Lance did 16 QB runs, I think only 5 of those were design runs. Dion hopefully will come on. He was at the game, and obviously you weren't on that show, Ivan, but he was saying the receivers weren't getting separation. So if there's nothing open downfield and he's extending the play, what are you going to do? You got one option, run. And that's all he was doing. And, and Jimmy has, but he flashes. He had that one drive in the game where it was 3 passes and we scored a touchdown like that. That's the Jimmy I want to see. I don't want to see him doing stupid passes and just stinking the place up. I think Lance has got a lot of stuff to work on his mechanics. A bit like with Baker. When Baker first came in, he was blowing hot and cold. And the further he's gone down the line, and Mahomes and Mac, the further they've gone on down the line, they iron out these kinks. But you've got to have the correct game plan and plays drawn up for that to succeed. And I think that's the problem. And anyone who wants Shanahan fired and Lynch fired and the owner sacked and for them to sell the team, quite frankly, I don't know what they're smoking, because that's fucking ridiculous.
The 49ers...
Absolutely ridiculous. Sorry?
No, the 49ers, from what I've watched their offense, George Kittle has been hurt and has been out, which I think unlocks a lot of things for their offense. But really, they got Deebo Samuel, and then what other playmakers do they have on offense?
Well, this is the other thing, right?
People talk about Brandon Ayuk like he's the next coming of Randy Moss. I've never seen that with him.
But if you look at the season when Deebo was out, or the half a season, and Ayuk was the main receiver, getting the most targets, he played lights out. And that's what people still expect now, even though he isn't performing and he hasn't been training well and he hasn't been doing this. And, they've called him out on it.
Yeah.
And...
well, there's no shortage of wide receivers who've had a hot stretch that ended up, not panning out. I mean, the 49ers, they want to put Trey Lance in and blame the offense on Jimmy G, but they're on their, 4th or 5th string running back. Their second best pass catcher, their second biggest threat, or maybe even their biggest threat on offense, has been hurt. Debo's been fine. But outside of that, you've got Ayuk and Sherfield and guys that are just, they're second and third receivers. But I don't know what the expectation really should be with this offense right now, regardless of who's at quarterback.
A lot more than it is. Now, Ryan, have you sorted out your internet? Are you with us? Are you against us? Where are you? Speak to us.
Hey, Carl, can you hear me, Carl? You got me, Carl?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Oh, there you go. My wife is using the stove, and it somehow interferes with the Wi-Fi, because we have the Wi-Fi connected to the wall where the stove is. So I had the feeling. I heard her cooking out there. I'm like, oh God, it's interfering with the Wi-Fi. I know it is. And I'm trying to use my 5G because I got my brand new phone yesterday. It was like my early Christmas present, but I bought it myself though.
I thought America was
guys
the
still
land
got
of
me or
milk
what?
and honey, not the land of shit Wi-Fi.
Oh,
Oh, he's gone. No, he's
must
back.
have started the blender up.
I know, man. I know. Believe me.
Actually, your
back now.
picture,
You look good
stay
now,
where
man.
you are now because your picture
Thanks, man.
is
Thanks.
perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Just tell her to stop using the cooker, the blender, the
Yeah, you guys
iron,
can go. I'm sorry. You guys can go.
the coffee percolator.
I was listening on. Don't worry about me.
But yeah, so I don't know what's going on with the Niners, and I don't know what's going on. It's just
What happened to Nick? I guess Nick lost his signal, or is he there?
I'm here. I'm actually here.
Nick's right there in the middle.
I'm here.
Oh,
Look,
yeah, his picture is still frozen to me.
Oh,
So like I said, I must have best signal. Yeah.
I can't hold it that much.
I know. I was in and out on you guys. Sorry.
I was
try your
trying. I
best,
don't know
Ryan.
if you could hear me, Ryan, but I just froze myself, and then I just couldn't hold
Looking
it.
forward to the
any
game.
longer. No, he's
Oh.
Looking for the game.
in, out, shake it all about.
I lost you. I think I lost you. I have no internet connection. I'll try back when I get back online. Where unless I am back online. It says it keeps on going back off and on. So you guys can talk. Hey, talk. Hey, talk. You're good.
Okay, right.
I was going to mute for a little bit. That's all.
Okay, cool. Come back in when you got a better signal. Carl.
Yes.
Obviously, have you discussed JJ Watt being out for the season?
No, not yet. We've gone through the Deshaun Watson situation. We've just gone through Kansas City with their 3-4 record currently. First of all, I want to touch base with Cleveland because obviously there's a news coming out saying that Baker Mayfield's shoulder is slowly repairing from a fracture, and he could be in place to play against the Steelers. 2 words I have with that: massive risk. I would not play Baker Mayfield against the Pittsburgh Steelers. As much as you hate the Pittsburgh Steelers, that pass rush is still something to be feared. And if Baker Mayfield has one bad sack and it lands on his shoulder, that could be season-ending for him. And we know Case Keenum, okay, he did his part against Denver last week, but it's against Denver. Everyone's beating the dead horse currently. So, Ivan, are you better off playing a healthy Case Keenum, or are you better off playing an unhealthy Baker Mayfield right now?
Well, I listened to Brad Ward on his All Eyes on Cleveland podcast, YouTube, earlier in the week. He had an excellent show where he went through with a medical expert what the injury was to Baker and what difference that has made to his throwing. And what he basically said was, you've got the labrum is the muscle which holds the arm into the shoulder cavity,
and that's the socket, yeah,
and that's completely torn. So, and then the fracture is not a fracture of the arm; it's when the arm has come out of the socket, the socket part of the bowl part of the arm, when going back in, has cracked slightly, so that's the fracture. So although it's not season ending and it's not career ending, the whole thing needs an operation. So then they had a look at his throwing. So don't forget, Baker got injured early on in the second game of this season. So that was a partly torn labrum then, and his throwing motion has completely changed. Whereas because he's one of the quarterbacks who will use both of his arms to get his throwing motion.
Can you hear me right now, Carl?
His left arm usually is when he throws the ball, his thumb is down.
Okay, good.
When he's throwing the ball, he's holding his arm up like this. So he's not throwing, and that's affecting his accuracy. He's affecting his ability to throw deep.
Is everybody still there? Everybody leave?
So
where's
then they compared him with Case Keenum, and basically the throws that he now can't make because of his injury, Case Keenum can't make anyway. So you might as well play Case Keenum and let Baker rest up, because he can't do the throws that make him Baker Mayfield. He can't do them. So why are you risking them again? We know what the Steelers are going to do. The Steelers are one of the dirtiest organizations known in the NFL and have been for decades. Their sole game plan is going to be to wind the Browns players up and hit Baker Mayfield and injure him, because that's what they've always done. That's why I've always hated the Steelers, even before I became a Browns fan, because that's what they do. They've done it for decades. So why are you going to risk Baker Mayfield against TJ Watt, who's going to be, I mean, okay, you put your best men on TJ Watt, but the Steelers are going to be hitting and trying to hit Baker hard and take him out for the season, because that's what they will do. That's what their head coach has traditionally done and always done. They play dirty. It's a stupid thing to play Baker Mayfield, in my opinion. You might as well play Case Keenum. Case Keenum got the Minnesota Vikings in 2018 to the NFC Championship. You know, he's not a franchise quarterback, but given the players that surround him on the Browns, he's perfectly capable of making, getting a game managed through the game against the Steelers, who are not a good team, and we could still win with Case.
Well, you get Nick Chubb back in this matchup, so
we get a lot of our players back. You know, this is the first game where we get our wide receiver 1 and 2 back playing together. You know, we get Chubb back. Dennis Johnson should have been playing. I don't know why he wasn't playing against the Chargers. I mean, was it the Chargers or was it the Cardinals? Cardinals, I think. He should have been playing against them. So, you know, we get a lot of our good players are coming back from injury. So it should be a game which, we can win comfortably.
Talking of coming off of injured reserve, look what the cat's scratching.
Hey!
JV,
what's going on,
JV,
guys?
my man, how are you?
Man, God damn it, it's good to be
Right,
back.
John.
Jesus, Scott,
Good
what's
to
up,
have you.
man?
What's up, John?
Scott's been a pillar of positivity in my life these last few weeks, man. He's been checking in, man. You guys are all great. Thank you for the kind words, man. Ivan, good to see you. Carl,
Thank you, John.
my man, Nick.
Is
Browns,
your wife
brother.
looking forward to the Browns Steelers tomorrow?
I really am, actually. To be honest with you, I mean, I was listening to you, and I got to be honest, man. I like your odds better with Case Keenum. I really do. I think they're forcing the fellas back. I don't know Nick Chubb's situation, but Dearness Johnson proved that he was more than capable, especially against the Steelers right now. So I don't know, man. Putting Baker in a position to re-injure.
The Browns O-line is going to make holes, and Johnson and Chubb are going to run through them. You know, it's a fact.
Yeah.
The Browns have averaged 170 yards per game running. And the Steelers have a pretty poor run defense. So, you know, if we don't stack up over 200 yards in running, I'll be surprised. You know, and that means that with our tight ends are good. We've got wide receiver 1 and 2 back. Case Keenum should be able to make. I really don't know why we're risking Baker Mayfield. I really don't get it. We can win without him. Rest him up.
It's suicidal.
They're trying to see if he's worth that contract extension.
Yeah, they can wait. They need to wait until
They should wait
for 12, 13 games on the trot until he got injured. That he can make very good throws, and he's a very good quarterback. You know, there's no point trying to make a decision over whether they want to get what contract they want to give him when he's got a bust shoulder.
Yeah,
because no quarterback is going to play their best with a busted shoulder.
Definitely.
Right. I mean, they're just going to re-injure him. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Exactly. There's no point
their decision
putting him out against that Pittsburgh defense who could rip his arm off and fly it around in the air for fun.
Stupid risk. And the Browns are going to do Browns things. And that's what bothers me. And I mean, it's not just you, Ivan, across the pond. I mean, this is here. Fans right now are confident in Case Keenum. They're confident. There's no reason for this. They want a sample size like this for that contract extension. I truly believe they want to see Baker in every aspect that they can.
I think a part of it too is that Baker's probably in their ear saying, I can play, I want to play, I want to play. The guy's a competitor. He wants to play. Sometimes you got to tell the guy, no, we're going to make the decision that's in your best interest. And tell your star player no.
I agree with that. He never missed a game in college, and he never missed a game until last week.
So that's probably he's big part into it. It's him going to him, wanting to play, saying he can play. But sometimes you got to protect people from themselves in situations where they'll put themselves in harm's way and maybe be too much of a hero or a team player and play when maybe they shouldn't be.
Yeah. One thing that worries me with Baker's torn shoulder, does that affect his shitty commercials he makes?
No, hell no.
Is it going to be restricted?
That's pretty funny. I'm not going to lie.
Nick, I'm actually glad you brought that up, actually, because we talked about Baker Mayfield getting his big boy contract, and he is due it. He is due it, kind of, because he has taken the Browns somewhere where they haven't been in a long, long time. But would you say 30 million a year is reasonable for Baker Mayfield?
I don't think that he's proven it yet.
Because here's the thing: everyone is saying that he should be around about between 35 and 40. You could give him a 30 million a year. He can make up that extra 4 or 5 million in endorsements like he's doing with these commercials. All these endorsements that he's making, he will actually add that up a little bit more.
From what I've heard, they're looking at 35 million contract.
His head.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking at over a $220 million payday. Yeah. And I'm just not sure that that's what he's worth right now. I don't think that he's proven to be worth that. I like Baker Mayfield.
He's proven to be worth it when he's not injured. The gamble they've got is that they potentially, if he gets injured again against the Steelers, and they then decide to take him out for the season and operate because of a new injury, that is risking their franchise quarterback. I have no doubt he's a franchise quarterback for the Browns. They can quibble over what contract they want to give him. I think he's a very good, healthy. He's a very good quarterback that can make a difference. He's more than a game manager. He's not at this moment in time. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not one or two others, but he's the next tier down. He's an excellent quarterback who can win you games, and he's proven that already. They just need to get him back healthy. They're risking him as a franchise quarterback, and he is risking himself because, like Scott is saying, I have absolutely no doubt whatsoever he's trying to persuade everyone that will listen that he should be playing, and he's risking his career and his financial, future.
You know why he was hurt?
Doing so.
You know why he gets hurt? Because he holds on to the goddamn ball too long.
Well, he got hurt because he tried to tackle a Texans runner in the second game of the season. Just get out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, I saw a lot of Baker Mayfield because I watch a lot of Big 12 college football here in Missouri in the Midwest. And that dude is a competitor, man. Like, he's going to go out there, and if he makes a bad throw and he throws an interception, he thinks he's a linebacker out there trying to make a tackle, and
that's what he did.
He puts himself in harm's way just by his nature, just by his fiery and competitive nature. He makes mistakes and takes risks that he probably shouldn't make because he wants to make the play, and that's just who he is, man. He's a wild horse, and it's just hard to tame those guys sometimes.
Definitely going to be interesting to see what they do going forward. Right, let's get in and do some picks. We've got some really shitty games to look forward to this week. Some real shitty games.
Would you say shitty or a little bit or a bit difficult to predict? Because there's quite a few here that which are actually quite hard to predict. It's going to screw up a lot of people's accas. I can say that out.
All right. Well, let's start with this first game that is going to be a shit fest and probably will be a blowout. Bungles versus the Jets.
Granted, that is a shit game.
There you go. Straight off the bat. Carl,
Yes.
is anybody going for the Jets to upset the Bungles?
No.
Nah.
I will say real quick, I keep waiting for the Bengals to turn into the Bungles again, though, man. Like I just have such a hard time seeing it. You know, it's like no offense to you, Hound, but it was like the Browns. It just took me forever, longer than it should have, to buy in and believe that it was real, because it wasn't for so long. But yeah, no, I mean you can't pick them against against the Jets.
One of my little interesting things on the bottom of the thing, it says the Bungles have won three straight games against the Jets, outscoring them 94-37.
And they're playing a quarterback who's got the name who's the same as a plasterer. So in Mike White. So yeah.
It should be a slaughter.
Titans Colts. Ivan.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a tough one to call. I mean, the Colts are improving. The Colts are getting better. The Titans are a bit unpredictable, but are on a good hot form at the moment. I'm gonna have to. Who's at home?
It's Titans at Colts.
Oh man, it's a tough. I'm gonna have to go Titans, I guess. I'm edging Titans.
John, what about you?
Titans. I think. What's the spread on that? You know,
I've got to open another app now. Carl, open a bet. You must have a betting app on your phone, or you must have somewhere where you can find the spread.
it's 1.5. It's 1.5.
I'm on Sky Bet, so I'll be able to get them up straight away. So
I'm definitely taking Tennessee, man. I don't think Indy. I think if everybody's looking at last week, don't look at last week. All right, that was a poor sample size and a shit show. Jonathan Taylor is that offense right now. Carson Wentz is capable of spraining 2 ankles in one game. He's capable of doing a lot of things. So I'm taking Tennessee. They're hot right now, and Derrick Henry cannot be stopped. And Tannehill is kicking ass.
I wouldn't say Tannehill's kicking ass. I think in the game against the Chiefs, Derrick Henry, I think that was the least amount of rushing yards he's had in quite a few games. I think it's only like 86 rushing yards he had. It was basically Tannehill throwing to AJ Brown all game.
Yeah, they didn't. Dude,
that's a receiver that you guys. That's my favorite receiver right now in the NFL.
He stresses me out in fantasy, but yes, he is getting there now.
he started slow, but he is in the draft. Dude, that was my guy, man. I just wish, but it is what it is.
So, Ivan, you went Colts. John, who did you go for?
Titans.
I'm taking Titans. I'm taking the Titans.
Ryan,
Scott?
What about you? We seem to have you back on here. Stable signal. You've moved into your car, so obviously something's working out there now. Titans, Colts. Who you got? Just as I say that.
Must have an oven in his car too.
Yeah, he started the aircon or something. Scott, who you got?
I have no idea what to think about the Titans, man. Like their pass defense was hot garbage. They lost to the Jets. They needed a miracle overtime win to beat the fucking Seahawks. And then they come out and they kick the shit out of my Chiefs and beat the Bills, man. Like what is up with that fucking team, man? But I'm not so. The Colts are not a very good team, I don't think. But yeah, I picked the Titans, obviously, in that one.
I'm gonna go Titans. Carl?
I've gone Titans as well. Our resident Steeler, Freddie, has gone for the Colts.
Yeah,
but he would. He would, but then he's watching Plymouth versus whoever. So I got no sympathy for him. Ryan, you seem to have unfrozen for 30 seconds. Who have you got, Colts or Titans?
You're on mute, my man.
He's not saying anything.
Hey, you guys got me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
Okay. The only one I don't have is Nick. I don't have Nick or Hellbound Hog. I don't have you, but I do have Smug, John V, and Carl. Like, I can hear your voices, but I can't really, hear you at all. So, but the rest of these I got you. Okay, what games you guys do so far? So far, I got Titans over the Colts. That's definitely I got. That's number one I got.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know other games you did so far.
The only other game we've picked so far is Bengals Jets.
Bengals. I got the Bengals.
Okay, that's fine.
Another one. Now, Carl, I said to you there was some real shit fest this week, and you went, "Oh, I don't think so."
There's a couple of teasers, but
Rams, Texans. Anyone picking the Texans?
Negative.
negative. No.
Ivan, your Browns versus the Rapist Specials.
Fuck.
I want the Browns are going to win. The Browns are going to win, and hopefully they'll beat their franchise record win of 51-0. So let's go for an absolute slaughter.
The only thing I would say, and obviously I'm not going to pick the Steelers. I mean, we all know that, right? Ben Roethlisberger against Cleveland is 23-2-1.
Yeah, but
but that was when he but that was
games.
Yeah, that was also when he was good.
Yeah.
What, in 1956? Fucking hell, I didn't realise.
Carl,
Yeah,
Carl, you might have to let me know when I'm next, Carl, because I can't hear Nick. I don't got him for some reason. I ain't got him. Okay.
Yeah, but
Nick,
Nick, that was
the
every
two wins have been the last two games,
the last 10 or 15 years, 23-2. So that's not that big a deal. That's nothing special.
But I'm picking against the Steelers, obviously. Mr. Smug.
I've had a hard time figuring out what's up with the Steelers. I can't tell if they're good or not. They've looked bad. But they also beat the Bills on the road, and they've won some games I didn't expect.
The Saints beat the Packers in week 1. Everyone has an off game.
That's true. Yeah, no, it's true. But I'm going to pick the Browns. I think they're the better team, but I don't feel confident picking the Browns.
Ryan? Browns Steelers.
Thank you. Thank you, Carl. Yeah, I got the Browns.
Okay.
JV, have you picked?
I got the Browns.
Interesting.
Although I have one concern here. Ben Roethlisberger can't move his ass fast enough to get out of Myles Garrett's way. I mean, dude, he could potentially send him into early retirement.
Yeah, but
that pass rush is going to be ugly.
John, Myles Garrett is held something horrendous every single game.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
You know something?
Yo, is Nub running? Nub.
I mean, talking about
Chubb's coming back.
Chokehold that was on Myles Garrett in the last game.
Good.
Yeah, Chubb's back. They'll have to Ernest Johnson. Obviously, Kareem Hunt is still on IR currently. My God, when Kareem Hunt comes back, you're going to have Nick Chubb, Ernest Johnson, and Kareem Hunt's just going to end up being the third down back.
Listen, what are the odds that the Browns moved Ernest Johnson at the trade deadline?
No,
you
don't think Hunt's not going to be back for a while. That Johnson's staying.
Man, I want Ernest Johnson. He fits the system. He does.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Hunt and Chubb could stay together for another year with the way they structured the deals. So, but Ernest Johnson is definitely, the replacement for one of them. Probably.
Yeah, but they better not do him like they did Duke Johnson. All right. Better not do him the way they did Duke. That dude was stashed away, and they wasted a good 5 years of his career.
Yeah, they won't. He's the replacement for probably Hunt in a couple of years, and back up as we see, when they're injured.
All right, I got the Browns.
Carl?
I'm taking Cleveland to win this in a tight game.
What did Steeler boys say?
He said the Browns.
No.
That's not
that's reverse psychology from the posh boy.
It is reverse psychology, yeah.
That shit will get you banned from the Shank Club.
Well, I like
that'd be like
Freddie
me picking the Raiders to beat the Chiefs. That just fucking is never happening.
Scott, did you choose the Browns? Or did
future?
Okay, so it's a clean sweep. It's a clean sweep on the Browns.
Now, this next game actually could be quite entertaining. Unfortunately, the
Hey, Smug, what would happen if the Raiders ever beat the Chiefs? What would you do?
Well, I mean, they beat us last year.
They beat them at KC last year.
Yeah, I mean, you play someone twice a year, you can't beat them. I think they had beaten them like 12 out of 13 or something. They had one loss to them in 6 years, but it's not a good week. It's not a good time to be watching the game at my house either. I'll promise you that.
Next game is going to be quite interesting, and if the Niners weren't playing in the early window, I'd probably watch this one. Eagles, Lions, and I am going to take the Lions to get off the schneid. Scott.
The Eagles have shown that they can play some pretty decent football on offense and move the ball with Jalen Hurts, and the Lions are just still the Lions. They just find ways to lose, man. I can't pick the Lions. I'll pick the Eagles.
I think we see Jalen Hurts get benched this game as well because he has not been good. Ivan.
Well, I mean, I'd love to see the Lions actually win a game, because I feel sorry for their fans, and I know what it's like. I've been a Browns fan suffering for 20 years. So, I have a lot of sympathy for these Lions fans. I really do. But as Scott said, they just find ways to lose, don't they? They
do.
They did well.
How they do it.
Excluding last week, they actually
do it.
Excluding
I just can't believe that it'll be anything other than an Eagles win. Probably in the last 5 seconds with a block kick return 90 yards to win the game. I don't know, like the Ravens did to the Browns, a few years back. It's Eagles. Until I see otherwise, until I see a spark of life, it's the Eagles for that one.
The Lions lost a game on an NFL record field goal that shouldn't have counted because of a blown delay of game penalty. I mean, how many?
Yes.
Lose a game
against the Ravens,
man.
Yeah, it was against the Ravens. So they've had some tough losses. And last week as well. You say they found ways to lose. Well, last week they actually found ways of trying to keep plays alive, i.e. by 2 fake punts and another fourth down they converted. They tried to keep the game alive. They tried to do everything in their power, but unfortunately, Jared Goff has turned into Jared Goof. So
no, he's always been Jared Goof.
He's always been Jared Goof.
He's always been Jared Goof. And I could see this game just very quickly before we get to John on this one. I could see both backup quarterbacks finishing this game because I think Goof is on a very, very short leash. So it could be the Blau attack could be in play. And I honestly think if Jalen Hurts plays as badly as he has been, he could be yanked as well. So we could end up with 2 backups in a shootout, which could make an interesting game. JV.
We still talking Raiders Chiefs right now?
No, Eagles play Eagles Lions.
Oh,
Eagles,
I got-
Lions.
I got the Eagles all day. I'm not buying right now, man. Although Detroit, I admire their coach, man. I really do. For some reason, this guy's growing on me. He really gives a damn, but it's not enough. I take the Eagles.
Carl,
But I didn't get to pick Chiefs Raiders anyway.
that's because
No,
we haven't
there's no
got that.
Chiefs Raiders game.
We haven't got Chiefs Raiders. That's why.
What are
I
we
was going
going
to say,
on
did
about
my
the damn
internet
thing?
freeze completely and I missed about 7 games?
No,
We
I
will let-
was talking about Freddie picking the Browns over his Steelers. I said that'd be like me picking the Raiders.
Oh,
over
yeah,
the
yeah,
Chiefs.
yeah.
That's just not going to happen, man. Like,
Oh, hello. We have a new challenger that's stepped into the ring.
Oh, hang on, I got to scroll down. Oh, there he is.
Come on.
We're putting the band back together. Dion, what is up?
What's going on, guys? How
Good
y'all
morning,
doing?
bro.
Chilling. Yeah, I know I'm late there, Scott. Fucking hit me on the time and shit. Yeah, I'm a little late, man, but got that, and then I got this shirt made. You guys can see it.
Ah, nice.
Oh,
Very
look
nice.
at that. What I want to know is what's a famous American racehorse? Because if I say Red Rum, no one will get that. What's a famous Seabiscuit, right? That's a famous
Seabiscuit, yeah.
American.
Yes.
Dion, when did you borrow Seabiscuit's teeth to put on your T-shirt, and when are you giving them back?
I'm never giving them back. You know the funny thing, funny that you mentioned Seabiscuit. I'll tell you a little situation happening with that. So I work in a movie theater up in Palos Verdes, which is a fairly nice area of California. And my great grandmother wanted to see the movie. Mind you, my great grandmother is a little German and French and Irish woman. So when you look at her, you're like, that doesn't look like him. But I bring my grandmother to the movie theater. So I get them their tickets. They walk in, and my manager goes, "Oh, that's really nice. You know, you just gave those old ladies, free tickets. That's cool." And I was like, "Bro, that was my grandma and my great grandma." He's like, one dude looked at me. He's like, "Dion, you're white?" I was like, "Yeah, partially. Didn't catch that, did you?" And it just shit was funny as fuck. And then I didn't know, but my great grandfather, who my great grandmother was married to, actually bet on Seabiscuit when he ran, and he won a ton of fucking money.
I
So
bet.
there you go.
So it actually came back full circle, and I am right. They are Seabiscuit's teeth on your T-shirts.
Fucking
And
right.
I didn't even know that
Fucking
shit.
right. There you go, man.
But I do like the hat. I do like the shirt. It's very, very
Thank you,
cool.
sir. Yeah.
Very cool. Right. I'm going to run through the games we've gone through very quickly, Dion, as you're late, and just one word answer.
All right.
Bungles, Jets.
Bengals.
Titans, Colts.
Titans.
Rams, Texans.
Rams.
Steelers, Browns.
Browns.
And now we're up to date, and there could be a lone wolf. Eagles.
No, there isn't.
Lions. Oh, there isn't. I thought I was.
No. Ivan chose the Eagles, John chose the Eagles, and Scott's chosen the Eagles.
Yeah,
You
and
said
I've
Eagles,
chosen
Lions.
he picked the Lions.
I'll
I
take.
picked
No,
Lions.
I'm. Shit. I gotta look because I think I chose my games, and I don't want to be a dick. Let's see. I think I have it right here. Split second. Hold on. All right. I took the Lions in that one to get their first win.
Ooh.
See, I'm not the only stupid person on this program. Well done, Dion.
Yes, sir.
Ryan, Eagles, Lions.
Dude, is it
Yeah,
just
I'm-
me or does
buddy.
Ryan look like a coach or something? Fucking guy standing on the sidelines at the game.
Are you gonna see
Like the
there's
defensive line coach
between
or
two
something.
players.
They won't let me in the stadium. I can't park.
Well, you
in the
see where I had to
stadium.
go. I had to go in a car for a good signal. So,
He does.
It's away from the washing machine. It's
He had to drive as
And the
close to
electric
the.
toothbrush.
He had to drive as close to the towers. as he
okay,
could.
I
Just parked
might be the
outside.
only lone wolfer. I'm gonna go for this. Is my upset, Lions.
Ooh.
So
No,
you know,
it was me
Nick,
too.
I would
You
not
know,
go for Eagles
I
unless
went
they
with
go
the
for our
Lions.
division. In our division.
3-3 split then, Carl.
So
Mhm.
Ivan's gone for the Eagles. John's gone for the Eagles. Scott, you went for the Eagles.
Yep.
Ryan's Lions. Nick's Lions. Ivan's. No, Dion's gone for the Lions. And I'm going to have the Lions to win their first game this season as well. So I've
Yeah.
taken the
Damn,
Lions
Nick
as
and
well.
Carl. Nick and Carl are going for the
has
Lions, huh?
and so has Freddie as well.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Damn.
Panthers,
Yeah.
Falcons. Panthers imploding. Still no McCaffrey.
Falcons. Yeah, Falcons.
Dalton,
Way too easy. Panthers
not
are falling
Dalton,
apart
not
in front
at
of
all.
us.
That's not Darnold. It's Darnold, isn't it? Sam Darnold
Damn.
looking like the old Jets. Sam Darnold again. This again has a potential to be a really good game, watchable game, sneaky good game to watch. John, who have you got?
You're muted, John.
I want to see the spread. Give me the spread, Carl. Do you have it?
Coming up now.
See,
Because
this is
I
a
don't wanna-
well-oiled. This is a
Bro,
don't
there's
well-oiled
no question.
machine.
Just
Look.
take, bro,
I don't
take the
wanna-
Falcons. What the hell?
Because
Are
we
you
did this
seriously?
on my show, and I don't want to.
No, the Panthers are imploding in front of us. Take the Falcons.
The Falcons are
Alright.
-3.
I'll take the Falcons. And I might have actually had the Falcons.
Scott,
Doesn't matter.
Man, Falcons are just one of those teams where I just every time I pick them, they lose. I mean, every time I pick them, they end up losing the game. Christian McCaffrey's not back though. Another week, he's gone, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll the Falcons. I don't feel good about it.
Dion.
Oh, I said earlier, Falcons.
2
Oh,
seconds
well.
already.
I'm
Ryan?
Falcon.
See, I got to get one.
I
of those
got you.
hats. I gotta get one of them
Yeah, I got you
t-shirts,
back,
bro.
Nick. You're back to me. You're back to me now, finally. But I got John V or Neon. So me, somehow I cannot go against friggin' Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, I mean, he's Matt Ryan. So I got Falcons. I got the Falcons.
Okay, that's a clean sweep because I've chosen the Falcons, and so has Freddie.
Bills, Dolphins. Carl.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. The Buffalo Bills versus the Miami Dolphins.
Wait, Carl, you don't have the Dolphin sound, man? Come on, buddy.
No, they're called the Dolphins because they're 1-5 and they're playing like absolute shit right now. And they're going to turn into sushi. So give me the Bills.
Yeah, I can see this being a complete blowout. I think the Bills could easily put 50 up.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills.
Bills. Scott?
Yeah, unfortunately for Miami, the Bills are not like the tuna fish. They're not dolphin safe that you buy at the grocery store. they're going to fillet up the Dolphins, man. They're going to crush them. Bills all day.
JV?
I got the Bills all day. I think the spread's like, what is that, Carl? -15?
Oh, shit.
Something along those lines. I'm just taking it now.
I mean,
-14. -14.
I think they're going to double the spread on that one. They'll cover it and get it again.
They'll win by 3 scores. They'll win by 3 scores.
Ryan?
If defensive line Bills contain Tula, which ain't gonna do nothing, I definitely got the Bills all the way.
Sweep?
It's a
Sweep.
sweep.
Right, Carl, the hooded
Hmm.
master, the Big Mac attack versus Justin Herbert and the Chargers.
This is a coin toss game that it can go either way. One game last year when Justin Herbert in his rookie season, he played really well. Offensive rookie of the year, no question. One game he was absolutely dog shit in was against the Patriots. Had a QBR of 7. Did not have a very, very good game. He threw for just over 200 yards, 2 interceptions. The running game got stuffed as well. Eckler had about 36 yards. And I think Keenan Allen had about 68 yards receiving. That was really all the Chargers could muster up. And that was because Belichick was throwing so many different coverages at Herbert and it just got him confused. If Herbert can't go through his first and his second reads, he has to use his legs. He has to be mobile to get out of this. Because Matt Judon will be coming for him. On the flip side, Mac is slowly getting better and better as the day's gone by. I hate the fact that NFL stats turns around to say that all his throws are being completed behind the line of scrimmage, is what the receivers do with it. I'm going to go with my heart over my head here, and I'm taking the Patriots to beat the Chargers in an upset. And I'm probably going to be the lone wolf in this one, so off we go.
No, I actually, after watching the Chargers a couple of weeks ago, when I had so much promise and I was really looking forward to the Chargers playing, and they stank. And I can't remember who it was against, but
Ravens.
I was really, thank you. I was very disappointed that day. And as much as I want to say Justin Herbert is going to do it, I just can't. Belichick, Mac Jones playing well, defense coming around. I'm going to put some juju on your team, and I am going to say Patriots, and you watch them get blown out. But I'm going Patriots. Scott.
I'm going to pick the Patriots too, man. I don't.
What?
Look.
Go on, lay it on
Chargers
him.
rush
Let's all
defense
pick them, and then they get waxed.
The Chargers' rush defense is the only rush defense in the league, worse than the Chiefs' rush defense.
163
And
yards
I
there,
think
giving up.
I think that Bill's going to exploit that, and he's going to tighten up, play tough defense, and run the shit out of the ball and pound the
Bama
Chargers
Harris.
and shorten the game. And I like the Patriots to win this game.
Wow.
JV?
I got the Patriots also. Close game, but I got the Pats winning this one.
Dion?
Chargers. Definitely going with the Chargers.
Ryan?
What did Neon and John V go for? Dion and John V.
John V was the Pats, and Dion just went for the lone wolf, unless you pick the Chargers.
My heart tells me to go for my wife's team. My wife's a Patriot fan.
I'm sorry.
I know.
You ass.
But you can't. I guess you don't lone wolf it because I can't go against my wife. So I mean, Patriots. Yeah, I got the Patriots.
Oh damn!
Wow. Oh dear, Dion.
And Carl thought he was going to be the lone wolf.
No,
He's a muted lone wolf.
he's a muted lone wolf.
Oh,
There you go. Now, I know the next game, and I'm just going to say Jaguars Seahawks and leave it there because we all know who I'm not. We all know who I'm not picking to win, and I think it's amazing watching Geno Smith QB the Seahawks. I love it. I even watched the 40-minute highlights just to watch him stink and fumble and just screwed his team over, and it's hilarious. So I'm going to say Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. Carl?
Seahawks offense looked shocking against the Saints last on Monday night, and they're coming off a short week as well. Trevor Lawrence is getting better. I'm taking the Jags. Close game.
Scott?
Yeah, I'll pick the Jags in this game. Geno Smith it is so funny. Like, I wanted the Chiefs to draft Geno Smith so fucking bad when he was coming out of college. I did, man. I loved Geno Smith. I thought he was going to be the next great, the best thing since sliced bread, man. But
can I just ask you one actually about that, Scott? Was that when you were still partaking in a little drink now and then?
Yeah, I think that probably was still back in those days.
There you go. Then you see,
and
that's another good reason, children, not to drink.
Not to drink.
You want your teams to pick Geno Smith as QB.
Yeah,
John.
Reason number 1237.
And if you are going to have a drink, drink responsibly.
There you go.
Obviously.
But yeah, I'll pick the Jaguars. I want them to get another win anyway.
JV?
Man, for some reason, I want the Jags to win, but I just don't know that they could pull it out. I mean, something's got to give for this fucking Seattle team. If they get beat, I mean, their season is practically over. If the Jags finish them out, if the Jags officially finish them out, if they're 2-6, I mean, it would bring nothing but fuck it. I'm going Jags. Let's talk this into existence.
Yeah, let's talk it into existence. Fuck the Seahawks.
Yes.
Dion.
Well, we're going with the Jags. Fucking Seahawks. Geno Smith ain't winning shit. We already know how that works.
Say Seahawks.
No, and I honestly don't believe our undercover coach sat out in his RV is picking anyone other than the Jags. Ryan?
If the defense can take the crowd out of the game of the Seahawks, the Jags got it. Because I'm going for Jags. I can't go for
the
Seahawks.
Fans are taking the fans out of the stands right now, bro.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say that it'll probably be half empty midway through the third quarter when
it'll be
Trevor
sixth
Lawrence
man
and the king of the lap dances is making the Seahawks lay an egg, and I can't wait. I can't wait for that. I really can't. And when I might because it's a 9:05 in the UK. I might actually stay up to watch it, and they better not let me down, because then I'm going to get on Twitter and I'm going to just blast as many Sea Chicken fans as I can find just to upset people, because I'm good at that, apparently, as the Miami Dolphins guy told me last night. But never mind, eh? WTF versus the Broncos. Another shit fest. And Carl, I'll let you lead on this one. Good luck.
Washington reskins at the Dead Donkeys. Which team sucks the least? They're on par, really.
Is Locke quarterback? Is Locke quarterback this week?
I'm gonna put my pick based on fantasy. I have Antonio Gibson in 2 of my leagues, so I'm gonna go Washington.
Scott?
Washington all day.
JV?
Where's it at?
It's at Denver.
It's at Denver?
It's at the landfill because it's trash game.
Shit's everywhere.
I'll take Washington for sure. Let's do it, I think.
Dion?
Yeah.
Washington.
Straight and to the point. Ryan?
Is Drew Lock to be quarterback this week or no?
That I do not know.
Does it really matter?
I'm just saying, because he's dude. When Lock's in there, they do good. When Lock's in there, they do good. But after last week, when they play against who they play against last Thursday, when they lost that Thursday night game, I was pissed. I went for them last week, but I'm not going for them this week. No way. So, I got.
I don't really care, if I'm honest, because I have no interest in this game. Drew Lock plays for the Broncos and starts because Lock is my guy. I'm going to go to Broncos, but if he isn't, I'm going to go Washington. So I'm going to push and sit on the fence, get some splinters in my ass and sit on the fence because I really couldn't give a shit about that game. Bucks, Saints. Can anybody see or make a case for Jameis to go in and wax the Buccaneers, get close to TB? Bizarrely, and obviously I know this is going back to the Drew Brees era, but they are New Orleans have won 5 straight against Tampa Bay. Bearing in mind last season, they did have all their stars there.
Yeah, what's that?
Carl.
Mm-hmm.
Saints defense is legit, but a certain Rob Gronkowski returns. And Marshall Lattimore is going to be playing lockdown on Mike Evans. It's going to open up targets for Chris Godwin, Tyler Johnson. Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks to win this one.
Buccaneers for me. Scott.
I like the Saints. Didn't the Saints with Jameis Winston roast the Bucks last year?
No.
I think they did.
Don't think so.
We're
I
talking
think that
about
was
the
Drew
Saints, right?
Drew Brees. I don't. No. I don't think it would.
It might have been when he was out injured, possibly.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Breeze was hurt and didn't play. Because there was this big video about hype video of the Buccaneers were dancing in the locker room and Jameis Winston was in there and he was eating W's and all that shit. I'm pretty sure they did. I'm taking the Saints.
Actually, you're right, Scott. It was the Saints 38, Buccaneers 3. But I'm just seeing who was. Tom Brady obviously was for the Bucks. Drew Brees last year played.
Did he play in that game?
He did. 26 of 32 for 222 and 4 TDs.
Bruce Ryans, I thought you tipped over in the car there, man. I thought the car tipped over.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm still going to take the Saints.
Okay. JV?
Oh, man. I'm taking the Bucks.
Dion?
I think the Bucks for sure, man.
I can't hear anything. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Hear you. Can you
Okay.
hear us?
What game were we on? I am so sorry. I'm trying to find my headphones. I cannot.
Bucks
Saints.
Oh, Bucks. Come on now. The fuck? Saints aren't beating shit. Only thing Jameis is beating is his dick.
Bucks.
Ryan, it's all on you.
Bucks.
We have a low wolf. Scott.
Oh, shit.
Off you go.
Wow, he's actually fucking picking the damn Saints. Well, I mean, hey. Yeah. Every now and then going against the grain is a good thing sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The rest.
Every dog needs a lamppost to piss on, so.
I'll start this next one. Predictably, Cowboys versus Vikings.
Cowboys. That's automatically the Cowboys.
Look, another plug for Carl's Sunday night shenanigans.
Cowboys automatically for me. You don't even have to ask. This is way too obvious. Kirk Cousins is fucking trash.
Carl?
This game is the NFL's equivalent to constipation. I had the Cowboys to win this quite easy against the Vikings, but now I'm hearing rumors that Dak Prescott may not be ready to go. So now my pick's in jeopardy. But
Can anyone actually name who the backup QB is for Dallas?
No.
DiNucci? Ben DiNucci? I don't know.
No, Ben DiNucci got cut.
Oh, so who the fuck is that thing?
Exactly. So
I'm gonna look.
Cowboys need to pray that Dak can go out there, even in a wheelchair, and throw the ball downfield.
It's either Cooper Rush or Will Greer.
Cooper Rush, that's the backup, I think.
Yeah.
So are you changing your pick, or are you going with your original?
I made my pick at the start of the week, so I'm just gonna sit with it. I made a choice. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
And who was that? The
Cowboys.
Yep. Mr. Smug.
I'll take the Vikings. I don't think the Cowboys.
I do like that. I haven't lone wolfed yet, but I'm sure there's going to be one in the remaining games. But I've been lucky so far. JV.
I mean, if Dak doesn't play, this could be the game that even like every team has an upset, right? I mean, there's a trap game for everybody that's rolling, right? I mean,
Vikings are sneaky good, dude.
They're sneaky. They are sneaky. That's the part that gets me. Dak. If Dak's there, I'm taking Dallas. If Dak is not there, I'm taking Minnesota. So what are the odds? Like, Carl, what do you know about that? Is it a game time decision?
It looks like it is going to be.
If it's game time decision, he's playing.
Yeah, I'm with Scott on that. If it's a game time decision, then he's playing. So I'll roll with the Cowboys.
The Vikings are favorites by -3
at Minnesota.
At Minnesota.
So they're giving them 3 right off jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically
so
the home
that's
team
going to change.
3.
That's going to change if Dak is suited up, right?
This looks like
if he hasn't been ruled as out, they're probably assuming he's going to play.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take Dallas.
Casting vote for you, Ryan. Who have you got?
If Dak Prescott don't play, that offense is going to be different looking, I think. Whoever the backup is going to be. And don't take out Kirk Cousins what he could do in the offense. Oh, I forget who the running back. The running back for the Vikings.
Dalvin
What's his name again?
Playing.
He's playing?
Yep.
He is playing.
Oh man. Damn.
Dude, they got
I got a feeling
They got Dalvin Cook, dude, Adam Thielen. They're legit. Yeah. Defense is not a joke. They're not a pushover defense either.
You know me, I can't go for Dallas. Not in this game now. I'll be going for Vikings.
It's got the potential to be a really good game. And don't forget, of course, if you do want to watch along, Carl and Posh Freddy will be doing their watch along on YouTube, Twitch. Do you put it out on Twitter as well, Carl, or is it just on YouTube and Twitch?
No, I put it on Twitter as well. I've got 3 locations. I put it through.
So don't forget, like, subscribe, and all that stuff to Carl's channel, which is 2 Feet in Bounds. If you want to do the watch along, me, I'll be watching paint dry with my eyes closed. Now this has potential for an upset, and I've saved the second best till last. Kansas City this season have allowed 32.3 points per game at home this season. Daniel Jones potentially has one good game a season. He's going up against a shitty defense, a defense that's in disarray, a team that is imploding. Patrick Mahomes is all over the place. More interceptions than me walking past a burger store and not having to buy a burger.
Got more chance of Kevin Hart being tall.
Is there a chance Daniel Jones and the Giants can go in and pull off what would be to some, a major upset against the Chiefs.
If the Chiefs lose this game on Monday Night Football, bang. Wow. I wouldn't know what to do because Danny Derps is either Danny Derps or Danny Dimes that turns up. And all I see of him is Danny Derps. No Saquon Barkley. Kadarius Toney's meant to be coming back at receiver. Giants defense is actually the better thing out of what they've got right now. Their defense is actually pretty strong.
They got me points last week. I picked them up on a whim. They got me like 14. I think they got me the defense got me some points. It helped me in one of my leagues. Like literally helped me by like 6 points.
But I can't see Kansas City losing this.
I can't either.
I can't see Kansas City losing this.
If they do, we need to stop talking about what the problems are in San Francisco. We need to start talking about what the fuck is going on in Kansas City. Let's be honest. If they blow this, something's got to give here.
And one thing I would say as well, Carl, you said if Kansas City loses, you don't know what you do. I know one thing I'm going to do, and that person sat that side of me. The fucking meme and GIF machine is going in overdrive if they lose. That's all.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well...
Scott, I don't know that we can call you Mr. Smug. I don't know that we can call you Mr. Smug if the Giants beat the Chiefs.
Oh, dude, I'm still gonna be a smug asshole. I mean, that's just who I am, man.
That won't change. Trust me, that will not change. But can I just say, I am gonna get up and watch this game, and I'll probably doze all the way through it. And I hope that when I wake up, if I fall asleep, it's near the end. And
Bullshit,
Danny Dimes,
you know you'll be wide awake, man.
Driving,
the Giants are winning.
30 seconds, and they score a walk-off field goal or something. Even I will lose my mind because I'll just be so happy because Mr. Smug's team will be in the crapper, and we'll have something else to talk about apart from how bad the 49ers have been. And I just need a change of subject. I need Twitter to blow up something else that isn't 49ers related.
Yeah, if your favorite quarterback isn't Joe Montana, you're not worth shit.
I honestly, I can't see the Giants winning, but I'm going to pick them anyway, just because that's what I do. Because that's what I do. I am going Giants to upset Tyrann Mathieu and all the Kansas City fans. There's going to be boos near the end, which I think is quite hilarious. They're going to be booing. They're going to be throwing their drinks cartons on the field. They're going to be going round to the front of the building with their pitchforks and their torches, wanting Andy Reid's head on a skewer because the Kansas City Chiefs just plain out suck. Let's go, G-men. Scott, over to you.
Oh, I guess we were going for.
Hey, man, I mean, it's like Cat Williams said, if you don't have haters, you ain't doing your shit right. So that's no big deal. There's no way they're going to lose this game to the Giants. No way. 0.0% chance of the Giants beating the Chiefs in this game. Chiefs are going to be pissed. Chiefs are going to be fucking on fire. Who's the Giants' best player?
I don't care. I just want them to win. Just win, baby, as the Raiders would say.
It's not going to happen.
Just win,
it's
baby.
It's not going to happen. And actually, my buddy Bo is going to be in from Washington, and him and my brother and I, we're going to be doing our live Kingdom Cast show from the Arrowhead Stadium there before the game. So if you guys want to pop in and drop a comment or something, say what's up on YouTube, just give us a holler. It's going to be fun. We're going to be out there tailgating and hanging out. And
do me a favor, Scott. Can you follow the Shank Club with that account, and then I'll follow you back, and then I'll like and subscribe and do all that, and then at least
because I don't know if that I don't see the notifications, and I think I subscribed. Have you
I don't
guys
know.
done it in a while?
What's that?
Have you done the show in a while?
Yeah, we do them every Tuesday night, and then Saturdays we do picks. So, but anyway, I'm not trying to plug my show. I'm just saying it's gonna be fun. My buddy's gonna be in from out of town. We're gonna have a good old time. They're gonna kick the Giants' ass up and down both ends. They're gonna send them back to New York. And let me clue you into something here. Being a Midwesterner and people in Kansas City, we fucking hate New York. We hate the Yankees. We hate the Mets. We hate the Giants. We hate everything in New York. So it's going to be a good time. Chiefs are going to win big. They're going to get out early, and it's going to be a long night for the Giants.
I hope someone's voice recorded that just in case something does happen.
I mean, they saved these on YouTube, so
that's true. That could come back and haunt you. I don't think it will, but I'm still picking the Giants just because I think it would be so hilarious if it happened. JV,
man, I'm taking Kansas City. There's no way. I can't see them lose this one. I don't want them to because I picked them and I need them to pull through. So, yeah, Mahomes is my quarterback in one of my leagues. I need him to do good. I believe he will.
No. If the defense can contain Mahomes, because you know that's the power offense coming from is mostly Mahomes. So, a tough one for me, but I'll be going Nick on this one because I just can't go for a Chiefs in this one. So I'll go for a Giants.
Oh my word!
Yeah, it's gonna be another upset from me. Another upset.
Any given Sunday.
I took the Chiefs. Chiefs for the dub.
Oh, please, Giants, just do me one favor. You can lose the rest of the season. Kansas can win the whole rest of the thing and win the Super Bowl. I don't give a shit.
The NFC East is shit.
Come on.
The NFC East is shit. Eagles, Giants, and the Washington football team are all 2-5. How fucking garbage is this division?
Dude, did you see how easily the Broncos handled the Giants earlier in the season? Come on, man. Come on.
Any given Sunday. Any given Sunday. And talking of any given Sunday, we are going to finish off with my San Francisco 49ers in the Windy City versus Justin Fields, the train wreck that is Matt Nagy. Carl?
Jimmy G starting?
Absolutely. In his home state with 100 of his family there to watch him. Just a little caveat.
Right. Let's go with what the Bears' deficiencies are right now. Their offensive line is the worst in the NFL. Justin Fields is being killed left, right, and center. The pass rush is shit. They have lost Akeem Hicks and Khalil Mack to injury for this game. If the 49ers do not win this game against the Bears, then heads seriously need to be rolled. So I'm taking the Niners.
I love that conviction, man.
One second, Colt. Whose heads have got a roll? You talking Niners or Bears heads?
Niners heads.
Not going to happen. Don't give a shit if they get waxed 50-0. There is no way Kyle Shanahan is going to get sacked anytime soon. It's not going to happen, and neither's the GM. It's not going to happen. Scott.
The Bears beat the Raiders a couple weeks ago at home. I'm not putting it out of the realm of possibility that the Bears could win this game, but the 49ers are the better team. The Bears are not that good. I'm not going to let my need to hate on Nick's team and get a little revenge here, cloud my judgment, and make a bad pick like he just did. So I'm going to pick the 49ers. I hope the 49ers come out and just kick the Bears' ass for you, Nick.
You're just trying to get the reverse psychology thing going again. That's what it is. I'm not that silly. I'm not that silly. I know deep down you want to see the Bears wax them, and you're just being the kind gentleman that you are, Scott. So I will take that and I'll run with it. JV.
Taking my Niners, man. I think we can do this. I really do. Nagy's out, COVID.
That's probably not a bad thing.
That's actually, listen, that's the kicker there. That's the kicker there.
I think the fans are actually happy. Yeah, I think the fans are actually happy that their coach is not going to be there. But I believe that we pull our shit together and we try to get a victory here in Chicago because we desperately need it. This is a must win. Last week was a must win. This week is a must win. So, yeah.
Funny thing you say that though, and if you look at 49ers Twitter that isn't real, because apparently Twitter isn't real, and I'm disappointed because neither's Santa and the Easter Bunny. We're still one game off from the last wild card spot. Not that I believe any of that, cobblers. I just think it's ridiculous to think in those realms as we are at week 8. Ryan, or should I call you the secret coach? In fact, I think you should change your name to the secret coach.
I appreciate that. I really do. Now, I seen on Twitter this morning. I saw last night. Trey Lance. We have a legit backup with Trey Lance because he looks good now. And I've seen the videos too. And plus, Jimmy G is doing Jimmy G's thing. He's doing his practice. Saw one thing on there that I saw definitely. There is Trent Williams back. I'm glad he's back. Hope he's healthy enough to protect Jimmy G. And second of all, Jordan Wills is back. So that adds depth to our defensive line. He's off his suspension, so he's back this week. I'm hoping he did good because they didn't show no videos of him. So who knows what's going on with him now?
Shape. He needs to get his ass in game time shape.
Losing what's his name? For the year. Who just got injured for the year?
Kinlaw.
Who was that again?
He got surgery. Season-ending surgery.
Yeah, Kinlaw's done.
Yeah, Kinlaw. Yep. I seen that. I'm like, oh my God, here we go again with this injury shit. I just wish we stay away from this fucking injury bug. I'm sure it's pissing all the 49er fans off. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know if it's this new stadium or this coaching staff or the physical staff. I don't know what it is. Or Kyle Shannon just drafts, guys who can't take the pain. I'm sure they get injured, but not that badly injured. You know what I'm saying? So I said all my stuff on Twitter before. So I got the Niners.
Dion?
We're talking about the Niners versus the Bears, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are.
So every time I pick the Niners, they seem to fucking lose. So I'm going to pick the Bears. And hopefully they fucking win. I am no longer watching games where Jimmy Garoppolo is the starting quarterback. Until Trey Lance starts, I will no longer watch 49er football. I will only pay attention to it through my ESPN app. I am done with Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm done with his trash play. And I'm done with the head coaches and anybody in the organization on this team that continues to support him and push him out there on the fucking field when we keep goddamn losing. And he keeps putting up shitty performances. If you can't tell, it's really fucking annoying to sit up there and watch a quarterback screw your team week in and week out and then watch an organization keep putting him on the field as if they could give two shits about how we as fans feel. When we pay their pocket, we pay for shit. You know what I'm saying? If John doesn't have on that fucking hoodie, they don't get money. You know what I'm saying? All of the stuff that we buy, all of the times that we patronize that stadium, and we go in there, and you first of all, you can't put a winning product on the goddamn field in your own fucking house. That's stupid. And then second of all, you keep trotting out a quarterback who's just worthless because he has a so-called winning record when that wasn't all him. So I'm picking the Bears. in hopes that for some ungodly reason it makes them win. But the 49ers do have a better chance. Number one, the Bears defense is injured like shit. Number two, the Bears have no offensive line. Number three, we're away, so makes it a little bit easier for us to try to get a W since we can't win our own fucking house. But with all that being said, yes, I'm taking the Bears. If you can't tell, I'm horribly pissed at our organization for this stupid ass shit.
You're
Oh, and then
allowed,
on
brother.
on the Javon
I'm not
Kinlaw
judging.
thing, yeah, on the Javon Kinlaw thing, just so you guys know, he had surgery earlier this year on the same fucking knee.
Oh,
So
really?
we look really, yes, he did. He
I
had
did not know
surgery
that.
and he had surgery and he had a cleanup after that. So
I knew he had a cleanup. I didn't know he had surgery.
yeah, no, he had surgery and a cleanup. So, well, while he's gone for the year, we just look really fucking stupid when it comes to trading DeForest Buckner for an injury-prone player who can't get on the goddamn field. Good job, John Lynch, because we know you love injured players.
Yeah. How is our identity drafting any different from the man that we make fun of, Trent Baalke? Think about it.
Oh no,
bro. We've been talking shit about Baalke since he left, and we're not changing the way we draft.
No, it's the same shit.
Baalke
And
2.0.
what
It's
really
written in stone.
what truthfully kills me is the fact that we literally continue to just watch this shit happen like it's nothing. Like we don't even care. And I don't understand that, man. I truthfully don't. I've never in my life understood how we can just continually screw shit up and not even care. And then the fact of the interviews that I've seen lately, be honest with you, man, we got a bunch of fucking Dante Pettises in the room. Nobody wants to be a leader. Every time I see a guy in an interview, yeah, we don't really need that guy to be like raw and to like be angry and to like be upset. We should just go out there and execute better. No, you need somebody to jump down your fucking throat and tell you that you suck ass.
Yeah,
because maybe that'll
dude.
motivate you to do better. Like
There's
Fred
not
Warner
a
stood up
locker
there and
room
said
leader.
that bitch ass shit. Who else? Alex Mack said that shit. Like all of these guys are sitting there going, "Nah, we don't really need that, man." So you mean to tell me all of y'all a bunch of grown ass men and y'all soft as fuck? Y'all a bunch of pussies?
They have shit chemistry. They don't have chemistry. Fred Warner just got paid to be, and he's a captain. Dude, you need to lead. You need to lead. You need to be a leader on the defense.
Lead by fucking example. All of you guys need to band.
That too.
Yeah, they need to band together. But either way, man. Sorry for my little diatribe there. It's the Bears for me, unfortunately.
You're allowed to be mad,
a
bro.
show wouldn't go past without either you ranting or JV ranting or both of you ranting at the same time with each other. We accept that.
Fucking right, John B. That's why I love you, brother.
I love you too, bro.
And I get everything you said, Dion. I really do. But my biggest issue, forgetting the QB thing and the coaches, like you said, there are no leaders on this team. It's all right doing it in the warm-ups when the fucking camera's on you and you got the guy with a microphone, boom, going.
Carl, you see this? I'm going to fucking hit people with it. I'm going to crack beers and I'm going to hit people with it.
Jobs, calm down. I want to see leaders. I don't want to see when the camera's on you doing that fucking hot boys and rah-rah shit. I want you to pull someone to one side and then see the camera on them during the game, getting into them and saying, will you sort? But there aren't those people on this team. There aren't. And that is the problem. George Kittle, rah-rah guy. Fred Warner, rah-rah. Alex Mack, rah-rah. There is no one, and I said this on the spaces that Dion was on the other day. There's no Ronnie Lott. There's no Patrick
Roger
Willis.
Craig, Joe Montana.
None of them.
No, there's not.
Our good friend Jesse Sapolo. Nobody is holding their teammates accountable for the shit that is going out and they're doing. No one is being held accountable.
No, that was a fantastic special too, because he enlightened us with some pretty with some pretty good pointers, stuff that went right over our head that we didn't even consider, right? And they were small caveats that we didn't pay attention to. You know, it's just as simple as McGlinchey just taking just that 1 second, that step backwards or that step forward. Just I don't know, man. We need some locker room leadership, and we lost it when Buckner was shipped out, when Sherman bounced, Joe Staley. Those were 3 personalities that just livened up everything, you know. Even Eman Sanders, man. As far as the wide receivers, I mean, you had a player with a personality at every position group, right? And they banded together and made continuity and just awesome chemistry. And that is why you saw that performance in 2019. And it's just, that's what we've lacked ever since. We lost those guys and shit has gone south since. So, you know, I think it's something that Nick, I don't really know that you can just like pony up on Sunday and just, hey guys, we're going to do it. Like, it's just not going to happen, bro. It was the right pieces at the right time. And unfortunately right now, it's not the right pieces at the right time. Everybody got paid and everybody got comfy. And that's just the way it fucking goes. You get paid and then you fucking get lazy, or you just, you know, that's the problem. That's the problem with these big paydays. And they're across the board.
You know who doesn't do that?
Who?
Bill Belichick.
Right. He doesn't value and he doesn't love you and he doesn't put his arm around you. He just gets what he can get out. He squeezes out of you and then he just ships you out.
How many times did it come time to pay one of these guys on his teams and he let him walk and everybody was like, you're letting that guy walk? He's a Patriot and he's a top this at his position. He understands. Yeah. You got to get young guys that are hungry, and then once guys get older, they drop off and you pay people big paydays and they sit on their laurels and they get complacent, man. And we were talking
7
about
championships later. Here we are.
We were talking about that before you jumped on earlier with the Chiefs, John. You know, Hitchens and Tyrann Mathieu are sitting there going after the Chiefs fans for being disappointed and saying, we gave you back-to-back Super Bowls and back-to-back AFC championship games at home, and you all still aren't happy. And it's like, no, we're not. And you shouldn't be happy with that either. You all were talking 20-0. You all were talking dynasty. You all were talking passing the Patriots up and getting 7 rings and being the GOATs and all this shit. And now that it's not going as good as it has, now we, the fans, should be happy with what we've had. I mean, are you happy with what you had? Because you sat here for the last 10 months or 14 months and told us it wasn't good enough and that you weren't happy with it and you wanted more.
I agree. That's not cool. Don't put it on the fans. That's some scapegoat bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's not the fans' fault.
So I hear you, man.
Spoiled us.
It happens. And the Patriots didn't pay that shit. You know, they kept one guy around.
No, and I'm hearing that there's some shit going on with Parag over there in the front office with those contracts. I haven't quite figured it out yet, and I need to read up on it to figure out why he's getting shit on. But you know,
trouble is, all the time players from any team in any position get paid, and it's a payday time for someone else. The money goes through the roof, right?
Yep.
George Kittle, I don't think he's worth that contract. I think he's always injured and gets the drops. He has the drops, but as a running blocker and pass pro, things like that, yeah, he's gonna come up in the odd game where he gets, you know, he has big games. But I think he overpaid him. Fred Warner overpaid for that position, but you have to do that, otherwise he walks as a free agent. So you have to pay what the going rate is, and all you hear is, oh, they've reset the tight end market. He's reset the QB market. They've reset this, reset that, and every position. You look at how many players that we've paid this season were top for even a day, whatever it was, for all that time, and we paid these players because they're frightened of losing them, so they pay them early, and then you get in all sorts of shit down the line. And I know Mahomes' contract is ridiculous, but even you, Scott, you must say he's not worth that money that they're paying him.
Well, that's the one position where it is worth it, though, is quarterback.
But
that's going to get restructured along the way, Nick. That money,
and
he's
his
never
money's
going
not
to
even
see $500 million. He's going to get. They're going to restructure that contract. I guarantee you, at least twice. It's going to. They're going to restructure and change it. He's going to take a pay cut.
A future Hall of Fame quarterback is worth that kind of money. Defensive ends like Frank Clark being your highest paid player on your team at his age and not producing. The Seahawks, they let him go and let somebody else overpay him. The Patriots let guys go and let somebody else overpay him, and they scout and they draft and they replace them with players that are just as good, if not better, at less money at all of the other positions. And that's how they were able to sustain the amount of success that they had for all those times. They kept the one guy, they kept the quarterback, Tom Brady, in place. And everywhere else, when it came time to overpay guys and reset the market, like you were saying, they let them go, and they were confident, and they were able to replace them with other guys that were just as good for less money and have a more balanced, well-rounded team. The Chiefs' defense right now is higher paid than the offense.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all. It doesn't make any sense.
And they're the worst defense in the league because they overpaid Frank Clark. They've overpaid some other guys. They got Tyrann Mathieu in making all this money, and it's just one of those things where that's just doesn't seem to be the way to do it.
No.
Oh, and by the way, if anyone is interested, I actually did pick the 49ers to win. Just just saying. Right. Final thoughts before we get up out of here. 49er minded said he thinks this is Jimmy's last game as a Niner. I wouldn't be too sure about that because I think there is a reason why Trey isn't starting, and I don't think it's anything to do with injuries. Cole, let everyone know where they can follow you, what you're going to be doing, etc., and what are your final thoughts?
Yeah, you can follow me on 2 Feet in Bounds on Twitter at TFIBUK20. We are on all major podcast platforms on Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Amazon Music. And obviously, this Sunday night coming up, we will have another watch-along show for Sunday Night Football. The Dallas Cowboys at the Minnesota Vikings. So that will be, well, I expect that to be a decent game, but it could easily be a shitfest. So that being said, yeah, if any Vikings fans or Cowboys fans that are watching and they want their say and they want their reaction, hit us up on Twitter and we'll get you on for your reaction.
I kind of would like it to be a 0-0 game, so you and Freddie have to sit there for 3 hours and think to talk about just for shits and giggles. But
thank fucking God that our clock's go an hour back tonight.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, they do. And that means 5 o'clock games tomorrow, which is even better.
It means I get 6 hours sleep, not 5 as usual.
That's the thing that always mystifies me about the clocks going forward, going back. And everyone makes such a big deal. Oh, we're going to get an extra hour's sleep. Or, shit, we've lost an hour. Like anyone notices it, really? I've never understood that when the clocks change. It's like, brilliant, you get an extra hour's sleep, but you don't really, and no one even notices it, but who knows? Scott, let everyone know your podcast and your live thing and all that, and where they can follow you and all that good stuff, and what are your final thoughts?
Yeah, well, I've got my account there is in my name there at the bottom, at this Mr. Rogers. I do a Chiefs-centric podcast with my brother and a buddy of mine, Bo. That's on all social media platforms at The Kingdom Cast. Come check us out. I know it's Chiefs-centric, and there's probably not a whole lot of people watching the show that are Chiefs fans, but we do a Saturday thing where we pick games, and it'd be fun. Just come pop in, pick games with us, talk shit. It's usually a lot of fun. So good to be back on. I missed you guys a couple weeks ago. You had Jesse Sapolo on, and I had some long days, a long week. I was a little out of it, a little sleepy, so I kind of wanted to save some room, let you guys talk with your legend there, and then you didn't have the show last week, so I miss doing it. I always enjoy. I look forward to this every week. I really do. It's good to see you all. John B, good to have you back, man. That's good of you doing what you're doing for your family, bro. You're a stand-up guy. And they're lucky to have someone that's dedicated like you are. But we missed you, and we're glad you're back here with us now, man. So
I appreciate you, brother.
Catch me live on Monday night. We'll be doing our show and talking some football there from Arrowhead Stadium.
I just subscribed, so I got my notification bell. Everything's legit, man. I wish, we talked about this months ago.
Yeah, you had stuff going on, man. We just started it like 3 or 4 or 5 weeks ago. So
okay, cool. I'll go back, brother. You've been a huge supporter of my channel. You've been a buddy to me. You have, you've given and showed your support, and I can't thank you. I can't thank you enough. So I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Nick, Carl, my man, you guys have been wonderful. All of you. Ryan, I don't know you very well, but glad to share the screen with you, my man. Fist bump.
I now know I've got to create a burner account and go on Scott's show. That's just given me an idea. In fact, I might do about 3 or 4 burner accounts just to help you out, Scott.
Come on, man.
Get you four more subscribers and
burners, man. Hey, we'll take burners. We'll take whatever we can get.
It's all about the algorithm, man. It's all about the algorithm.
Yeah,
I mean, exactly. Absolutely.
I mean, we're really doing it just to have fun. We don't have any like expectations to get rich and famous or anything off of it. We just something away from me and my buddy. And our buddy lives out of town. We grew up with him, and so it's been cool to be able to talk with him every week and just we're big. He's obviously a big Chiefs fan, so yeah, it's a good time.
Cool. So yeah, don't forget like and subscribe to Mr. Smug's YouTube, The Kingdom Cast. Did you say it was again?
That's it. You got
The Kingdom Cast. JV, Locker Room Rant, how's that going? I now know you're back on again, obviously, because you've returned from the wilderness and everything's good. Pleased you're back with us, John, because as you know, you are one of the integral members of the Shank Club. I know you've gone through some tough stuff. And yeah, like Scott said, and Cole, just glad to have you back, man. I hope things have all settled down back there now and we can get back to normal programming and resume that.
We will, man. We just had our 23rd episode. We got it taken down. We got our first strike by the NBA because I had the game on in the background on mute. So we got a strike. So we had to attend copyright school. We had to attend copyright school. We had to answer some questions, and then in January the strike should fall off the channel. But yeah, man, we got carried away.
What was the strike? Was it a music was it music copywriting, or was it something that was said that was out of touch? What was it?
No, it wasn't out of touch, man. I had the game on in the background, so the NBA shut down the stream. It said shut down by the NBA, and then when everybody in the chat was calling me, Dion was like, "Yo, you guys got shut down." Blah blah blah. It says the NBA shut you down, so we just started a new stream, and then we did play some music. I don't know what the hell happened, but anyway, we got another strike. So no, we got a strike. So it's all good, man. We did what we had to do. It'll fall off in January as long as we're good. So it is what it is. But good news is the episode 23 is on Twitch and it's still there. So we had a good time. So that's where you can find episode 23.
It's interesting what you say about copyright strikes, okay? Because obviously I do my DJ thing that goes out on YouTube, but it's delayed. And I've put, I want to say, I don't know, maybe 10 on there. I've never got copyright striked, but I had a notification when I came on earlier on this morning to set this up that I'd had a copyright infringement, not a strike. And you click on the video and it tells you I played 35 songs and all of them were copyrighted. So all I did was dismissed it, and it's still up there. So
we've had multiple copyrights. I'm just going to say those episodes, if we ever see a monetization in our lifetime, those episodes will not be part of the lineup. So that's that. But outside of that, the copyright things are nothing. You can go in there, edit those, remove the music or mute the music for that 10, 15-second segment. But the strikes, 2 more strikes, and your channel is disbanded, and it's never coming back. So
problem is, JV, with my DJing channel, they all get pulled. So I can't. Well, they don't get pulled, but I can't mute the tracks I'm playing because otherwise it would just be a blank screen and people going, well,
it would just be you doing this and then
for an hour.
So just tell them on a banner. On this banner, we're playing such and such.
Playing now,
it's a silent.
Playing now, but you cannot hear it because they fucking shut me down.
Scott, there's your taunting penalty.
Yeah, but you see, I know Scott secretly listens to it because he tells me that he likes what I play.
I do watch it. It's good. It's good
as long as it's your stuff, Nick. As long as you create your own stuff, there's nothing anybody can do, brother.
No, I don't create my own music. I just do.
It's over.
But you see, I put it out. When I do my DJ stuff, it goes out on Mixcloud, which I pay for, which covers copyright, and another platform. So it goes out live on those, but then it uploads later on YouTube. And if YouTube take it down, it doesn't matter because it doesn't go out live. But I pay for 2 services, which make sure that there is no takedowns or infringements or anything. So, and that's the way I went. And it's not expensive, but it just means I know that they're going to be up there forever because it's unlimited uploads, downloads, like whatever it is. But yeah, it's my final thoughts. JV, glad to have you back. Scott, as ever. Ryan, nice to finally see. Now, you know where you get your best signal now, secret coach. So
yeah,
you don't have to be with your wife or your kids for a couple of hours. You can sit out in the car. You've got an excuse to be out there. So
my wife's kind of pissed off right now because she wants me to come in and help take care of kids now. So
I was going to say, how many yellow flags has she thrown at the car while you've been out there?
Probably more than the times we got flagged last week for PIs.
Holy shit, are you in trouble? Let everyone know where they can follow you on Twitter, etc.
Okay, I'm at Always Faithful 24/7, and I love being on the show, Nick. You know I love it. You know I love the show. Love being on it. And I know I only saw John Fee for a good couple minutes before my internet started doing stuff on the inside. So, but I still couldn't see him. He's still in a black, and he still has a circle going around. So it was nice seeing you. Nice seeing you for the first time, John V. And Scott, good luck with your game this week against the shitty Giants.
Don't say
and Carl,
that. Don't wish him luck.
We don't need.
Hey man, I don't play.
Anyway.
I don't play for blood. You know, I just have fun with this. You know, I have fun. It's all it's about having fun.
Yeah.
Carl, thank you very much. Thank you very much for bringing me in here. Thank you, Nick. You know, it's always a pleasure.
And
go Niners.
Before we go, some would say having John as a black circle spinning around and not actually seeing him is his best view. John, love you. Scott, Carl, everyone, enjoy the games. Enjoy Halloween out there in the States. Unfortunately, you've brought it over to this country and I can't stand Halloween, but that's just me. I'm old. But stay safe out there, everyone. And we will see you very, very soon. This is a Shank Club NFL. We are out. Take care.